Nairobi, Kenya, one of Africa's largest and fastest growing cities. A capital that never sleeps. And right now, Nairobi is something else entirely. A city transformed into the region's largest construction site, racing toward a single moment in time. The Africa Cup of Nations 2027.
We are upwards of 80%, and the 80 is the hard part.
Across the skyline, cranes rise like steel sentinels. Designers, architects, engineers, all locked in a battle against the clock.
The structure is done, the brick and mortar is done, the steel is done.
Their mission to build one of the most spectacular stadiums the African continent has ever seen. The deadline, February 2026. Not far from Nairobi's bustling city, just after Dagoretti Corner, along Ngong Road, Talanta's silhouette is already reshaping the city's skyline. A new identity. This is a new landmark. I've always wanted to tell the story of this magnificent piece of architecture, the Talanta National Stadium. And you know what? I'm here today. So sit and watch this show. For more than 40 years, Kenya's national pride in world sport rested on historical arenas built in the 1980s. Now, a new giant emerges, a purpose-built 60,000-seat stadium rising where the earth once lay quiet. The countdown has been on. 3 African nations, 3 cities, 3 iconic stadiums, and just 12 months before football's greatest continental spectacle kicks off. From Kenya to Uganda to Tanzania, each stadium is at a different stage of completion, each carrying the weight of national pride. Back in Nairobi, one structure already dominates the city's horizon. Impossible to ignore, impossible to mistake. Talanta Stadium. This is it. Look at it. Born from a dream to host the Africa Cup of Nations in 2027, this stadium is Kenya's ticket onto the global stage. Not just as a host, but as a contender.
We are on course to host AFCON come the year 2027.
A colossal state-of-the-art arena rising from the heart of the capital. When complete, light will spill from its crown, a glowing beacon visible from miles away, a symbol not just of sport, but of ambition. This is architecture as a statement on a scale never before attempted in this part of the world. At 60,000 seats, Talanta becomes the largest stadium in East and Central Africa. A bold declaration, a structural marvel. Imagine it's 2027 and the African Cup of Nations is being staged here. Imagine some of the best players Africa has ever produced being here. We are talking about the likes of Brian Buemo, Amad Diallo. We are talking about the likes of Nuz Mazruai. Top talents. Well, that is going to happen because this stadium is almost complete. We are told it's more than 80% done. So very soon we are going to have a ceremony here to open the stadium, ushering in a new era in the sporting sector.
We have all procured all the seats, they are here, so it's about fixing them. There is the screens that are going on simultaneously, so but also externally we have the training pitches that have started, you can tell, so there are things moving simultaneously.
But Talanta is more than a stadium. It is the centerpiece of a $1.3 billion sports city. A master plan designed to give Nairobi a sleek, forward-looking identity. A venue capable of hosting the world. Kenya's leadership calls it a reflection of the nation's dreams. Big, bold, and unapologetically ambitious.
Changing and transforming a country does not require a miracle. It requires a clear and bold vision.
Since its construction was launched in March 2024, the Talanta vision has been rising, beam by beam, out of the ground. A modern arena, 56 meters high and spanning 45 hectares, built for football and rugby. Designing a stadium like this is unlike any other engineering challenge. Tens of thousands of people arriving at once, living at once, all expecting a flawless experience. From above, Talanta takes the shape of a classic oval arena. But its skin tells a deeper story. The facade is adorned with Kenya's Maasai traditional shields and spear motifs. Look at them. This shield here symbolizes the heritage of our country. A modern stadium wrapped in ancient symbolism. They are 8 in number, but they were never meant to just stand there. The architect placed them with intent, perched directly above the stadium's gates. 8 gates mirroring their presence below. Nothing here is accidental. Every number echoes another. Every position carries meaning. This is design as symbolism, where the structure becomes the story and architecture quietly speaks to those who know where to look. Given the scale of this infrastructure, I find this breathtaking. For architects, a stadium is the ultimate test of creativity and restraint. Every stadium is a one-off. There is no template, no rehearsal. Each site has its own geology, its own infrastructure demands, its own problems to solve. From moving crowds to sourcing materials to battling the forces of nature. And nature here in Nairobi does not play gently. This is the tropics. When it rains, it doesn't drizzle, it pours. Most of the city's older stadiums, built decades ago, were open air, exposed and helpless against heavy downpours. From day one, Talanta's brief was clear. The stadium must be weatherproof. There was only one solution: the canopy. Covering a stadium with a roof is one of the hardest feats in modern engineering. The sheer size means immense weight. And history offers warnings. Stadium roofs have collapsed before. So how do you suspend a roof of this magnitude without blocking a single fan's view? Talanta's answer lies in innovation. A system of massive steel frames and reinforced concrete columns supports a hydraulically tensioned cable net roof. This technology isn't just structural muscle. It's engineering poetry. But why use this advanced canopy system? It shelters fans from Nairobi's unpredictable sky without enclosing the stadium in climate-controlled walls. The tensioned cable system allows for large spans with lighter materials, cutting down on steel weight and construction time. It enhances acoustics, amplifying cheers and giving every goal an echo that travels back into the stands. Columns are efficient, but not so good inside a stadium. One misplaced pillar can steal the perfect view. So Ineos did something clever. They integrated the columns directly into the seating structure and the outer shell, preserving clear sight lines while maintaining strength. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the shell of the stadium. Look, this is where the magic is. Now, what holds the roof of the stadium is here. There are quite many of them, but this is what will be holding the roof of the stadium. You see? Now, that is what we call architectural grandeur. Above, the roof floats, built from tensile structures that rely on tension, not compression. The result, a roof that feels light, elegant, almost weightless. The stadium's greatest secret, however, is hidden beneath its surface. Talanta's outer shell is formed by a striking steel exoskeleton, a vast lightweight dome created by colossal metal arches. Over 10,000 tons of steel form this skeletal frame. Concrete columns anchor it to the earth. The outcome is a world-class stadium, slender in appearance, yet capable of holding 60,000 roaring fans. A true feat of structural engineering. Some of the most nerve-wracking components lie deep within the structure. They are called thrust blocks. The entire roof, tens of thousands of tons, channels its weight down into just a few of these massive supports. Inside each block, metal shear keys are embedded deep into a ring beam. Their dimensions calculated with absolute precision. Installing them all was among the most challenging moments of the entire project, because here, failure is not an option. And then comes the heart of the stadium, the pitch. A living surface, a breathing organism at the center of everything. For any stadium, the pitch is sacred ground where history is written in 90 minutes.
You can tell the drainage system is being done. Finally, we'll have the grass done. But the grass, as per the requirement of CAF and FIFA, we'll have the grass grown naturally. So we're going to plant the grass, but the grass will take 2-3 months. So we'll leave it to move to grow naturally.
At its heart, there will be a hybrid playing surface. Natural Bermuda grass interwoven with synthetic fibers. This grass master system will keep the turf resilient under Africa's sun, heavy rain, and the pounding of tens of thousands of feet, whether it's football, rugby, or a concert. But why this tech? Durability for multi-event use, even playing conditions for elite sport, faster recovery after matches and events, meaning the stadium stays alive year-round. And as I leave, I want to tell you something. This is not just a stadium. This is a national statement. This is a promise to Africa. And when AFCON 2027 kicks off, this stadium will not just host history, it will define it. My name is Enoch Sikolia, and I am the Kenyan historian.